Hello, welcome back to Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger on January 26, 2021. Well, folks, it finally happened. I have been waiting for this episode for quite a while, and finally, we are here to do a product demonstration, comparison, review, feedback, opinion, reaction video, whatever you call it, of this new self-defense toy that I have been hearing about through the grapevine, and I placed an order just before Christmas. And finally it showed up here, made in USA, said to be uh, great for confidence. I think it's built for mostly for women. Uh, the brand new, very unique self-defense tool called Tiger Lady. If you're interested, you can go to tigerlady.com. Quick disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with Tiger Lady. I'm not affiliated with Cold Steel, which we will be using one of the Cold Steel products for comparison, illustration purposes in this video. I was not sent the product from Tiger Lady free of charge. This will be totally honest, non-biased review to the best of my ability as a self-defense and martial art instructor. So, first of all, what is Tiger Lady? As you see, it has a lanyard that you can put over your wrist. The actual device, this thing here, is about the size of a bar of soap. It has hard plastic on both sides. One side is notched, so you can get your fingers in there. The middle here, the squishy part, that's kind of like sponge or memory foam. And what it has three little plastic claw-shaped spikes inside this foam. So when you compress this, when you put your finger through the grooves and hold this in your hand like this, when you make a fist, this little cloth come out from between your fingers and you're ready to defend yourself. On the bottom of each, let me turn this, on the bottom of each claw, there's a little groove. It's said to be able to collect DNA samples so you can report it to the police later. There's a lot of issues I have with this device. I've only gotten them this morning. I ordered a pack of 4, and I've already broken one through testing. So I'm going to go through the issues and why I think the design can be improved. But first of all, I want to talk about the positive aspect of Tiger Lady. By the way, each of these cost about $20-$30 Canadian. Let's just say $30 because for the pack of 4, I paid over $100 Canadian plus almost $30 shipping, and I have to pay another $30 once UPS gets them to this end. So overall, it almost got to $200 before I got my Tiger Lady. It got ridiculous. Okay, for something that's basically put together like this, two pieces. Well, one, two, counting the claw, 5 pieces of plastic, a piece of squidgy memory foam like material. It's just not a lot for your money. Okay, it's a nice little novelty device, but the price is a little, kind of iffy. Now, This this is a cold steel nightshade ring dagger. It's made of a compound of plastic bonded with fiberglass. Super strong, very durable, pretty much indestructible. I've never broken one of these. This cost 12 bucks. So right there, okay? A guy armed with this cold steel nightshade battle ring or ring dagger, some people call it. A person armed with this tiger lady. Who do you think is going to win? 12 bucks cold steel nightshade versus 30 bucks tiger lady made in the USA. I am pretty sure the one with the cold steel nightshade is going to go home as the victor in the end of the day. Okay? But I did say I need to talk about the positive aspect first. Uh, one positive aspect is the lanyard. It can loop around your wrist like this. It's easy to carry. It's really small, like I said, about the size of a bar of soap. So you can tuck it in your pocket, hardly has any weight on it at all. And when you feel threatened by anybody, you can covertly just put it in your hand. Put it in your hand as you walk up to your car or to your door. And if someone jumps out of the dog alley, you clench your fist and the claws come out. You're ready for battle. At least that is the idea. Um, I have no idea what material is going to do if this gets wet, so I don't know. Well, I'm not planning on giving it a bath, but anyway, something to think about. Another positive point of this is the little cloth. They're all plastic, okay? So this can go anywhere with you, but please do not try to carry this on the airplane. If you get caught, you will be in big trouble. Of course, there's got the grooves underneath the cloth to collect DNA samples so you can press charge later. That's another positive aspect. It's easy to use, very intuitive. Uh, Once you deploy the cloth, as long as you keep your hand clenched, this will go wherever your fist go, supposedly. Um, so that's a pretty cool concept. It's very intuitive. However, there are a lot of issues with the design. I'm going to talk about it a little bit before we do some live demonstration, and you'll see what I mean. At first, it's too similar, both sides. If you look at how it is slightly contoured, so you can hold it this way, and the cloth will come out facing the right way. But if you're panicking, most likely you might grab it in the wrong direction and the cloth will face the wrong way. Okay, that's one problem with the biggest problem. My recommendation, my suggestion to tigerlady.com is along the back where your thumb goes, notch the inside. So if your thumb feels the notches, you know you got this the right way. It should be a lot more intuitive. Okay. The second problem I have really with this product is the weakness of the plastic. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but just with one finger I can bend this. One finger I can bend this cloth to the side. If I really want to, I can probably snap this off. Okay? It's just very weak material. Okay? When I hear made in the USA, I was expecting durable, good, hard plastic. Okay? Cold steel nightshade battle ring. This is plastic too, but there's no bend in it whatsoever. Even at the point, there's no bend in this. This is what we need for self-defense. Something that will not squish or bend. Okay, not something like I can bend with one finger like this, like this. Okay, that is one of my biggest gripes with Tiger Lady. It's a weakness in the plastic. Third, design flaw is this has to be activated and continuously be activated, which means you clench your fist. Okay, it actually takes slight bit of force, but I don't think that's going to be any problem for anybody, especially if you're scared. But here's the problem: unless you keep that firm um, pressure on it, every time you make contact, if your hand loosens up slightly, the claws retract. Okay, so you have to keep this constant pressure on the device while you're stressed out, while you're scared, while you're defending yourself, which means you will get tired very, very quickly, unless you're trained to do this. Okay, if you're untrained, you will be able to do it like 1 or 2 or 3 seconds. But I would say after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, your grip will start to loosen up, especially if your hand take any damage. Okay, as soon as someone hit the back of your hand, you're going to loosen up, and your claws are gone. Okay, that is one big problem with the Tiger Lady. Is you need that constant pressure to keep this deployed. My recommendation to the maker, I'm going to send this video to the people who make this after we are done today. And I don't know if they will take these suggestions or not, but I hope so. My recommendation to the maker of Tiger Lady is put a lever lock or some kind of locking mechanism where your thumb is. So once you squeeze this in, you flick the lever down, and this locks into place. This won't retract until you flick the lock back, like a regular frame lock or lever lock knife. It shouldn't be that hard to do on something like this. Okay, if I want to tinker around, I can even make something like a locking system myself. So if you have the proper tool, that's not very difficult. Okay, stronger material on the cloth and a way to lock it in place. It will improve this a lot. My next issue with the Tiger Lady is this is, and I know it's mostly made for ladies, okay? But self-defense shouldn't be sexist. It shouldn't be a lady. Like, what if a guy need to use this? Like, for me, the claws are way too short. It's blocked a lot by my knuckles, and my hands are medium sized. I've known a lot of women with bigger hands or similar sized hands, or even thicker hands than I have. And I can't imagine them being able to use this effectively because even with my hand, the claws just don't protrude that far to be able to move adequately and attack adequately. Okay? So, my next recommendation is maybe make a Tiger Lady XL version where you add another inch onto the claw. Again, please, harder material, better material because it's already flimsy, even this short. If you make this longer, it's going to just bend and flop around. It's just going to be really bad. So better material and longer cloth. Okay. Another big weakness of the Tiger Lady design is, and I'm going to show you guys, within the first 10 minutes of me playing around with this, I already know if someone was to attack me with this, I know how to deal with it. Okay, it's very simple. And if I can think of it, bad guys can too. Okay, if a person deploys the Tiger Lady, all I have to do is grab the top of their hand and squeeze. Okay, I grab the finger and I squeeze this together. Okay, it hurts so much because these claws are in between the fingers. So if I squeeze the hand together, it's hurting the heck out of the fingers. The person have no choice but to let go. And that is one very big weakness that should be addressed. If the person grab your hand, and believe me, if you go after an attacker, especially a determined attacker, like stoned or high or drug rage infused, steroid infused sex addict, you go after them with this, they get a hold of your hand, they are going to squeeze and you are going to let go. And you lose the only advantage you have in that circumstance. Plus, now your fingers are hurting. Bad, bad situation. Okay? So, my recommendation to fix that for the maker is rather than having the grooves in the front just ending like this, extend the grooves a little bit so they are a little bit longer. They actually cover the fingers. Make a little bar that come across like a knuckle guard in front with holes cut into the bar so the cloth can still come through. But what the bar will do is it will prevent the person from smooshing your finger together. Okay? Again, let's refer to the battle ring. The battle ring has the cold steel battle ring has this ring on the finger. Okay? Now, $12 tool. I can open my hand. It will not go anywhere. Okay? The person can squeeze my hand all they want, but this is not hurting me because this hard ring is protecting my finger. This hard ring is preventing this from being smooshed in. Okay? So we need something like that to prevent the tiger lady becoming such a liability. Okay? Speaking of the groove in the front, for people with medium to large hand, the tiger lady also poses another problem. Look at how the cloth come out from between my fingers, and I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. Let me get closer to the camera, and hopefully you guys can see this. Holding my hand in front like this. Yep, like that. Now, when I extend the cloth, it's actually scraping the heck out of my finger because the grooves are not deep enough to protect my finger. So every time this cloth move, flex, or come out, it's actually scraping my fingers raw. Okay? That's a problem because when you make hard contact with an object, such as a human body, this thing is going to shred the inside of your finger unless you have super small hands. So again, these grooves need to go much deeper into the plastic. When I when I put my fingers in the groove, these grooves should come up to just a little bit ahead of my fingers so when the cloth come out, they are not shredding my fingers like this, okay? Now, let's look at some live fire uh, usage of the Tiger Lady. Let's see what it can or can't do. Let's start with the weakest material, this envelope, this bubble wrap envelope. Let's say you are fighting a mailman. You got harassed. You got assaulted by a mailman with a super huge stack of letters. Well, okay, I mean, I'm getting silly, but okay, let's look. Let's see if the Tiger Lady can deal with an envelope. Let's say if I need to open this envelope. Now, some people is going to say, wait, that's not what the Tiger Lady is for. You want to open an envelope, you carry a knife. Well, yeah, but if I'm already carrying a knife, what do I need the Tiger Lady for? I just pull out a knife. If someone attacked me, I don't need the Tiger Lady. Okay? So, let's say you aren't carrying a Tiger Lady because you don't want to carry a knife and you need to open an envelope. keep in mind, I am probably a lot stronger than a lot of the females that would be using Tiger Lady. Okay, but even with me brute forcing this, okay, this is what it did to the envelope. It mangled the heck out of it. Yeah, it totally did. So I think I think that's pretty cool that it's able to do this kind of damage. Uh, but it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort. Uh, Now, cold steel, battle ring, nightshade, plastic, just like the Tiger Lady. I think we already know how this is going to look, but a lot less effort. Look at the wound it did. Okay? I don't think this letter is going to come back and attack me afterward. $12 totally win versus the $30 tool. Next, let's say someone grabbed you and stuffed you inside a bag. Let's say you got kidnapped. You got stuffed inside a bag. I got this. This is nothing special. This is just a bag left over from cat food for my cat. Okay. Now let's say I'm stuck inside this bag and I need to cut my way out of it. Well, some people will say, well, that's not what the Tiger Lady is for. That's what you need the knife for. Again, if I have a knife, I don't need. Why would I need to carry a Tiger Lady? So I'm stuck inside a big bag. And the only thing I have is this new made in the US self-defense Marvel Tiger Lady. Let's see if we can cut our way out of this bag. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, again, an awful lot of work. And yeah, it creates a relatively big wound. But as you can see, okay, I don't know if you can see on camera, but I hope so. Because if you look at this, all the damage is very much surface level. It's from the scraping, okay? That's surface damage. The other side, I turn this around, there's a few little punctures. But this tool is just not strong enough or long enough or sharp enough to do a lot of penetration. Now, $12 cold steel nightshade battle ring. Through and through, through and through. Okay? Bag doesn't stand a chance. Moving up. I don't know if my Tiger Lady is going to survive until the end of the review, but let's see. Moving up. Let's say you are inside a cardboard box. You heard the expression, someone can't even fight their way out of a wet paper sack. How about fighting your way out of a cardboard box? What can you do? What would the Tiger Lady do against cardboard or similar material? Okay, that's serious tiring. That's really tiring. And if you look at this, all it does is laceration. That sounds serious, laceration. But uh, I think if I was having a battle against the cardboard, all I accomplished, all I accomplished was I just pissed it off big time. by slashing it, lacerating it like this. $12 cold steel battle ring. Okay, look at those damage. Hey, actually, let me turn it to the other side and do it again so you guys can see it. So people won't say those were the mark from the tiger lady already. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, these are the wounds left by the battle ring, the cold steel battle ring. Okay, look at that, through and through. Stab right in, right? Internal damage, hemorrhaging, the whole work right there. So some people is going to ask the question, well, you are using the tiger lady for the things that it's not intended for. What about if against a person? Well, in preparation for that question, I got here attached to the back of this chair a pair of old pants. They're not even jeans, they're just regular pants. Okay? Let's say an attacker come after you, he grab onto you, and you whip out your tiger lady, you clench your fist, and you go at their leg. You go at the leg. Okay? You attack the leg. Can this actually penetrate relatively thick clothing material? What if the person's wearing jean jacket like I am right now? Okay? I'm scratching my own arm. This is not doing anything. But okay, let's say it's just regular pair of pants, like what's here on this chair here, on this chair. Okay? Someone attacking me, and I whip out my tiger lady, and I go, oh, 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 let go of me, let go of me, let go of me, help, help. Huh? What happened to the pants? Well, there's one puncture mark here. There's the one puncture mark here. But that's it. That all that effort, one little puncture mark didn't even go all the way through. Most likely, that didn't even hurt the person's leg. Okay? Cold steel battle ring weighs about the same, maybe slightly more than the tiger lady. Okay? Someone attack me on the street, I whip out my cold steel battle ring. Do you think that person is going to go home or live long enough for the ambulance to come get them? Probably not. Just look at this gaping wound. Okay? Gaping wound right here, right here, right here. Okay? So, what am I saying here? Am I really dead set against the tiger lady? No. I with all this demonstration, I'm telling you that if your goal is for serious self-defense, then you want to think about, would you carry something like this that cost 3 times the amount of the cold steel battle ring? And in the end of the day, it has a hard time opening envelope, it has a hard time opening plastic, it has a hard time opening cardboard, and it has a hard time doing serious damage to an attacker. Or would you rather carry something like the cold steel battle ring, which is $12, and in the end of the day, it will open darn near anything you want it to open. It will go through darn near anything you want it to go through. You may be thinking, well, yeah, but we don't want to go out there with killing people in our mind. That is very true. But understand this. When it comes to self-defense, one of your biggest trump card, I almost don't want to say that name, but that word, Trump, but one of your biggest trump card is the ability to carry out serious threat. When I whip out this battle ring, it right away looks threatening enough, and the person who attacks me know that I can put this through any part of his body. I can hurt his hand, I can hurt his leg, or I can cut his throat. Right? So the ability to deliver, the ability to carry out that threat is one of your biggest trump cards in self-defense. When you pull out something like the Tiger Lady, first, it doesn't look like any kind of a threatening weapon, even when you deploy the claw. They're not that big, okay? If someone was to come at me, I'm going to just throw my arm in a way, okay? It might hurt my arm, but it's not going to do enough damage to stop me. Someone claw my arm like with this, I'm just going to grab their wrist and pull them down and squeeze their hand together, they let go, and then they are doomed, okay? So you don't have an intimidating weapon to carry out to look threatening, and then you don't have the ability to defend yourself seriously. That is the biggest problem with the Tiger Lady is the inability to carry out your self-defense in any kind of a very serious manner unless you go for the face, unless you go for bare flesh, which if you're lucky, if you catch them by surprise, that's cool, that's good. So I would say Tiger Lady, it's not that it's no good, but in the end, unless your whole plan is to fight some attacker that is not very determined, that is not very threatening, that is not very big, not very strong, is not drunk or high or fueled by any kind of chemical, you have to account for all that. Now, if you are just on the street and some little old lady start getting annoying with you, I'm pretty sure the Tiger Lady can really deter them. If you're on a bus and some sex offender grab you and start groping you, yeah, the Tiger Lady can definitely do a number on them. But what if you're walking home and you're walking past that dark alley and three, we won't even go with high number, three local teenagers who looking for easy prey come out of there armed with baseball bat or crowbar? Do you think that Tiger Lady is going to be effective in that situation? I don't know, and I hope we never have to find out. But I know that if someone is to come out of the dark alley, if those three teenagers come out of the dark alley, and I have the cold steel battle ring in my hand, I have probably a much higher chance of walking home alive and safe that day. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. For now, have a good night.